time. Last
Start the
time
stream.
on... Yeah. Well, we're going to edit all that out in post, but we never do. Alright. Last time on Odyssey of the Dragonlords. You guys were exploring the freshly saved city of Mitros. All about you. People were celebrating the great deed you had done of banishing Sidon. Troubling, they were also celebrating the wisdom of the king in bringing you on board to help solve the problems. That kind of sucked. Doing some fantasy shopping, making all your dreams come true, except you didn't have any money, so it actually was more like fantasy blue ball shopping. While wandering through the marketplace, you triggered yet another one of these BioWare tough choice scenarios that they, I guess to stay on brand, have just sprinkled all throughout this goddamn campaign. This one involved slavery, which is quite topical right now. There's a whole thing with D&D rebranding races and species and all that. But yet this adventure just ran headfirst into it. So, Minotaurs are cursed humanoids. They can breed true. So there are, pure blood Minotaurs whose both parents were Minotaurs. But many of them had an original species and then were cursed in some way, normally by pissing off the Titans, and were made into Minotaurs. They are not very well respected by the fellow citizens of Mitros. Mitros is not the open pansexual paradise that Astoria is. Mitros is very much for settlers, and beyond that, for settlers who are from Mitros, and especially not from Eregia. There's a lot of nationalism going on, and a lot of corruption, and a very obvious display of that corruption is the Minotaur market, where you can purchase the oath of service from a Minotaur and essentially make it your slave. This is all because of a very clever, and some would probably say evil, retired gladiator by the name of Maximus, or Maximilian, who has basically found the perfect evil genie wording to pervert and corrupt the Oath of Service and use it to create a binding very similar to slavery, or indistinguishable from slavery. The king and his friends in the Order of Sidon think it's great, and are supporters of the custom and customers of the service. So I don't see it stopping anytime soon. Now, Valis, the Queen of Wisdom, did impart to you guys that she would very much like to see certain things about the city changed, maybe even hinted about what was going on in the marketplace, and did say that she would back you up if you found yourselves on the right side of things, essentially. That being said, it's very difficult to initiate radical change when you are surrounded by civilians, guards, and armed bodyguards. In the end, the kerfuffle that was the Minotaur market is behind you. In your midst is the star-spangled boxers-wearing Bullbug, who you have purchased his oath and then immediately released him from it, at which point he took the opportunity to publicly shame as many of the people of Mitros as he possibly could, and then didn't so much swear an oath as offer to help you in any way he could until he had repaid the drachmae that had been spent to free him. So, everyone headed, I'm assuming, back to the palace after all of that, where Reset had stayed behind to recover with Queen Valis. And I think it's one of those like Home Alone, where's Kevin moments when you guys maybe get to the palace and realize that you don't have Talus with you. So, why don't we sort of pick up narratively from you guys returning to the palace minus one Warforged? Seems like a good place to start.
We're kind of used to Talus wandering off, so like,
some sessions get summed up quick. Other sessions, there's quite a lot of moving parts. The last session definitely had a lot of moving parts. All right. Approaching the palace, Bullbug gets very nervous. He is not sure about going to the palace, and he sort of turns to all of you and says, "Oh, why do we approach the palace? The hour grows late, and we have no business with the king."
We are staying in the Queen's wing. She's my aunt. She's offered her hospitality to us. You are my guest.
You can see Bullbug run some calculations on your claim. You could tell that he's drawing a family tree in his mind, connecting the branches. He nods sagely. That checks out. All right. So you enter the palace, essentially through the side door, as it were. The Amazons are there. They lead you to an interior garden area where Reset and Valis are hanging out. Valis is attempting to teach Reset the game of 20 squares. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the game of 20 squares yet or not.
I saw it in the magic shop. It was like 800 gold.
Yeah. It is a very special and very important part of the culture and history of Thylea. Reset, it is a complicated game, and it takes a long time to play. It is definitely, if you are not into, I don't know, like Chess Othello. I think that's the game. Like I'm thinking of. Yeah, it's long. It's involved. There are a lot of moving parts. It's not like Cones of Dunshire or anything from like Parks and Rec complicated. But it's pretty complex game. That being said, it is relatively easy to pick up. It's one of those games that's sort of easy to learn, but quote unquote impossible to master. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, she was learning another game before, but she lost the set in the ice cavern area. So she's willing to learn something else.
Okay. Yeah, Valis beckons to you guys to come and watch the conclusion of the game. Based on your backgrounds, classes, etc., just chime in if you feel like your character would have had the means or opportunity to have learned this game.
Is it like a game of the rich, or is it like a everybody game?
It's definitely a game of the rich. All of the sets are magical.
I feel like Hypatia would not have had a choice but to learn being both rich and having gone to the academy.
It is a favorite game at the academy. Yep. Okay.
Yeah, I doubt Phil has any experience with the game, but he would be interested in it.
Okay.
Strayus would have avoided it for the most part, simply because most of his people would have likely wanted to gamble on it, and he's not a gambler.
Fair. Okay. So basically, the game of 20 squares is more commonly known as the royal game, and it is considered to be sacred. It has been played by gods and mortals since the dawn of time. Kings sometimes use the game to resolve disputes that would otherwise result in war. The game requires 2 players and is played by moving 7 pieces across a board comprising 20 squares. A dice are rolled to determine how quickly the pieces can move, and the object of the game is to reach the end of the 20-square course before your opponent. This requires a mix of strategy and luck, and the game is protected against magical interference, which prevents cheating with spells such as Mage Hand. And I have a picture here to show you. Hold on just a second. Delicious campaign lore. Num 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 nums. Now, if you have a magical set, you can magically wager things. This includes wealth, power, magic, or even your life. Yeah. So it ain't no joke. It ain't no joke. Basically, before the game is played, the wager is agreed upon, and then you must cut yourself and make a blood handshake, which magically binds the players together. Reset, she has spared you all of this because she's just teaching you the game. Yeah. So you win the game by you make essentially metagame. How does it work? There's 7 rounds of skill checks that have to be done in a specific order. Performance, insight, history, deception, intimidation, persuasion, and perception. And essentially, whoever wins the most out of the 7 is said to have been clever enough to win the game. The DM community I'm in, we actually all went and learned this game. It takes fucking forever. Because we were like, it would be so fun if we made like an interactive Roll20 board and we played with the players, and then we learned the game. We're like, nope, that's not gonna happen. That wouldn't even happen at IRL. I mean, maybe an IRL game. It'd be pretty fun to make a board, because the board does look pretty cool. But yeah, so that's the game. That is their Gwent, I guess you could say. Not nearly as cool as Gwent, but way more powerful than Gwent. I don't recall Geralt, getting to just say, if I win in Gwent, you die. Would have saved a lot of time for sure. So, because I would have died and that would have been the end of my playthrough. So, all right. Out of curiosity, let's see if you finally win this one, Reset. We will pit you against the Goddess of Wisdom and see how it goes.
Okay.
You realize that this is definitely the kind of person that you could appreciate, because she has not gone easy on you in any of the matches, even though she is teaching you. You have heard that weaker cultures and people will sometimes coddle newbies to give them, confidence and make them want to come back and play the game some more. This woman is merciless. So you can picture a young Kira crying all the time because she was never allowed to win any games when this woman was around. So
I feel like that goes in line with Arisian culture.
Oh, for sure.
In a way,
yeah. Okay, so the first round, you would have rolled a performance check. And I believe this is a performance charisma, because you are trying to, act like everything is fine, act like you have a confident strategy,
okay,
etc., etc.
These are at disadvantage for me.
Yeah, I think you're both at disadvantage because of the exhaustion. Yeah. So, despite being the Goddess of Wisdom, they didn't bother to give her any skills. So
Sweet.
I'm just gonna have to go off her raw stats. All right, so she got a 16 for performance. All right. Then you guys move on to the second round, which is Insight. Ooh. Okay. Then you guys move on to history, which goes off of intelligence.
Nice. Oh.
Okay. Yeah.
No, I still lose that one.
Yeah, the disadvantage is not helping, yeah.
Oh,
Alright, then deception. Okay. Then the round moves on to lose the track of it. Deception, intimidation. Alright. Persuasion. She actually has training in this one. Here we go.
Training.
Okay.
Yeah. Plus 22. So she got a nat 1. Fortunately, you don't fumble on those, I guess. Anyways, you guys watch as this woman completely, decimates her opponent. Hypatia, you've seen a lot of strong players at the academy, but no surprise. Even with exhaustion and stopping to explain her strategies and teach, reset her, the game, she's just crushing her, just crushing her. When the game ends, she smiles broadly. I think there was one more, but we could stop if you really want, but I could roll the last one. I think the last one was a perception, so we could finish it up. Yeah, okay. So she thanks you, and smiles warmly at you, and starts to slowly put the pieces into the box. The box sort of folds up like a little dimensional Rubik's Cube type deal, because magic item. And she says, "Thank you for your patience, everyone. I abhor having to stop a match once it has begun. Even a match for fun. I sense some unease, some stress. Also, you have a new friend and seem to have misplaced another."
Yes, it seems out in your city, Auntie, there's some slave trade going on, but it's cleverly disguised.
Oh, well, slavery is illegal, so there can't possibly be any slavery in our city.
Well,
there could certainly be some injustice and some corruption. I take it you encountered some.
Yes, I managed to free one, but unfortunately I did not have the money. Free them all.
Okay. She turns to Bullbug and nods at him, and he's immediately drops to his knees, starts doing the "we are not worthy," with his arms, kind of wacky waving inflatable noodle guy. It's a mess. And she says, "You don't need to do whatever it is that you're doing. It's fine." And he just sort of stops and kind of staring at the polished marble floor is "Forgive me, I have never had the honor of standing before one of the five." And he kind of slowly raises his head and looks at her. "It is a great honor." And you hear Kyra kind of suck on her teeth. She's like, "Oh, he's never had the honor of standing before one of the five. Yeah, who did you walk next to all the way back from the marketplace, buddy? He's never had the honor though. Yeah, it's fine." And he doesn't hear because he's just kind of got goo starry eyes kind of deal. And he says, You're Your nephew and his allies are great heroes. They tried their best to stop Maximus, the Merciless. But unfortunately, he had the people and the law on his side. I regret that more could not be done, but I'm thankful for this opportunity to walk a path of freedom. So, Valis nods to him, and she looks at all of you, and with sort of a knowing look on her face, she says, well, it is unfortunate, but life can be very dangerous. Even in your own home, accidents happen all the time. The kitchen and the bathroom are actually one of the most likely places a person would die. Just random facts, I guess. Anyways, I appreciate what you've done. It has been a long day, and I'm sure many of us could use some rest. So, do not trouble yourselves about what transpired. Look forward. Perhaps things will work themselves out, and we will wake to a brighter and more promising tomorrow.
Yes. I'm quite tired. I will head to bed.
All right. Anyone else want to stay up in the palace, or do you all just kind of head to bed?
Strayus would be at the temple.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. All right. Anyone who lingers or sleepwalks or gets up to get some warm goat's milk to help them get back to sleep, you do overhear a conversation between Valis and her right-hand lady, boss of those tough Amazons. And she says, yes, the wooden one may have bitten off more than he can chew, but it would be a shame for him to not finish the great task that he has started. Perhaps tonight is a great night for flying. I would very much like to know the status of the city's recovery from the great storm. Could you have some of the women send their stim phase out to look around and make sure everything is all right? And her Amazonian, right-hand lady nods and kind of has like a very violent grin on her face. All right. So, anyone that is interested, you can play as a Stimfey that is sent on a drone strike to help Talus finish what he started.
Otherwise, I'll play air support.
Yeah. Otherwise, you could just kind of grab a drink and watch and see if Talus is able to Assassin's Creed a retired gladiator. Because mathematically, it ain't gonna be easy. But either way, it could be pretty fun. I don't know.
I don't think it's gonna be as entertaining as you might think, because after consulting with my fellow questmates, we've decided maybe it's best not to directly kill, but
oh really?
A threatening letter in their sleep could definitely waking up with a dagger embedded in the bed above your head could definitely shake somebody's resolve.
Oh, dang, because these stim fae have been ordered to go and kill this guy. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying, if you see you have air support, like, make the call.
Okay.
Like,
All
it's
right,
entirely on you.
Yeah.
I will man a stim fae.
All right. I have an actual house for this. Let me go.
Okay, well, we have all this stuff. We might as well use it then. I mean,
Red 5 standing by.
Red 5 standing by. Take
right.
Philippocles' inspiration. You can do nothing with it.
Oh, nice.
But no, you have it.
It's my favorite kind of inspiration.
I like that Phil is just preparing himself for when he ascends to godhood and can actually give inspiration to his followers.
Someday.
Alright. Oh my gosh. I'm trying to grab stuff, and Roll20 is doing that thing where it's like, oh, you held down the left button? And it's like, no, I didn't. It's like, you did a great job holding down that left button. Yeah.
It's been really bad for that the past couple days.
Well, hey, I'm ready to switch to Foundry whenever you want to, even if it means right now.
No. We definitely don't want to do it right now. It would be so clunky. It would be so clunky. We'd be spending most of every session trying to figure stuff out. So I got a whole thing planned for September where we're gonna migrate over in September. So that other Odyssey group, that's the best way to describe them. That other Odyssey group, that streams every week, does a really good job. They actually took, I think, 2 or 3 weeks off so that they could all learn the platform, get everything like transferred over, all that. I don't want to have that big of a lapse in episodes, but I definitely want to make sure everything is working before we switch over. But we will be switching over.
I'm so excited. It looks so good.
When you said that other Odyssey group, I thought you meant Alexi's group.
Oh, yeah. No.
They're on Foundry, but not us. Alexi.
Yeah, the Breakers of the Chain, yeah, they definitely play on Foundry. Yeah, they're edgelord hipsters.
Yeah, I'll ask after we do this part.
Alright, let's see. It's all running so slow. I built a house and everything for this. Okay, there we go. We've been very fortunate because with Theros coming out, everybody's trying to get that Theros money. So there's actually a lot of Greek maps that are being cranked out.
Nice.
Yeah. It would be nice if any of the maps were loading for me.
Oh, that does provide a challenge. Yeah.
Yeah. There we go. My server connection has been severed. Oh, wait.
Theater
it's
of
back.
the mind.
Okay. Yeah, I
I'm
probably
ready.
could. Alright. Okay. So we got this. We got this. There we go. This. Okay. Alright. We got this. And then, let's see. Okay, and let me drag you guys over to the map, then we'll be good to go. You guys being a bunch of stim fae. All right, I think we've got hawks and we've got owls. I think those are the two varieties that we've got.
I'll play a hawk.
Is anybody not going to be a stim fae for this? Just kind of watch?
I'm gonna watch.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sewing, so I will also watch.
Okay, fair enough. I wish things were not moving so slow. I'm so sorry. Let's see.
It could also be the service provider tonight. They seem to be a little sluggish.
As long as I never have to have that one Wednesday night ever again, I'll be fine.
God.
That was so bad. Alright. Let's see. Oh, shit. They don't have sight. That's the problem. Okay. This music is very chill. Maybe a little too chill.
Yeah, for assassination in the city.
I mean, it is a nighttime, sleepy time assassination, and
That's true. It's true.
lulling him into a false sense of security.
Accidents in bathrooms happen all the time. That's why he was stabbed repeatedly.
Well, I mean,
Pins and needles. Pins and needles.
All right. So let's see, and then we got to bring Talus out, and then we should be good to go. All right. Nope, that's Talus's token. For Christ's sake. Okay. There we go. And that's actual Talus. That's awkward. Okay, that's fine though. And then, oh, Talus, you're Pokemon too. So.
Should my
I'll let
map have changed?
Not yet. Sorry.
Okay, just making sure. I was wondering.
Yeah.
Make sure everything's copacetic on my end.
I'm just a total hack tonight. I over prepped, if you could believe it, and now I'm like struggling to find all the stuff that I made. So, let's see. All right, there we go. There we go. Perfect, and we're good. All right, let me bring you over to the map. All right. Okay, so right hand side is aerial shot of the house. Then there's actually the perimeter around the house, and then Talus, as you lay completely motionless under the bed, you had to listen to Maximus the Merciless get it on with his much younger, much hotter wife, and then they fell asleep. Night has settled in. Because they are both sleeping, they have disadvantage to their perception checks, which should be beneficial to you. Can you see yourself, Talus, or no?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Let's see. The only stealth music I know of is from Sly Cooper, so I'm just gonna play that because I think it's really good. It's good music, so I'm gonna put that on. Right.
Now you grab Paratos out.
All right. Stimfay squad, y'all have access to each other, so just like stake claim to a Stimfay.
I got this one.
All right. If you need another one, I'll dupe one. Does anybody need a?
I'll take the one that I'm throwing purple down on.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
All right. Well, I'm assuming reds can be red, so I'll be
old and wise.
I'll be blue leader.
Okay. All right. So we're gonna hop into initiative just so we could kind of keep like a round robin going here. So go ahead and roll yourselves in.
It did not. Let me try this. Okay, that one worked.
All right. And then I'll roll one guard in for all the guards for now. Okay. So, starting things off, Maximus's wife, she continues to snore loudly.
No, would I have seen where they put any valuables before?
What?
I thought you were here to liberate slaves. I didn't know you were like robbing people. Dang.
Slaves may need some starting fundage.
Oh. I mean, you poked around in the house before you settled in on a spot. There are servants and stuff that live here as well. If you want to go snooping around for them, you certainly can. His office is through this door right here.
It's more so I wanted to see if he may have hidden something in his room.
Oh, the guy is very, very wealthy, but it wasn't one of those like modern day heist movies where he came home and he moved a painting out of the way and there was a badass wall safe and he boop 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 put in the code and then opened the safe and then put in the fucking bag of diamonds or whatever.
Gotcha.
Yeah, he's definitely not at that level of Bond villain. He's just a rich asshole. So, but I mean, it is an opulent estate. Just about everything there is valuable. And his wife did take off her jewels and stuff and put them over here on her vanity before she went to bed. Okay, so Red Leader, you guys are on the mission that was assigned to you. Publicly, you are assessing damage in the city. Privately, you are taking the 6 alchemist fires that you each are carrying, and you're gonna burn down this man's fucking house. And you gotta make sure that he doesn't get out of the fucking house.
Oh, I'm going first. Okay. I guess where were the windows at?
Oh, okay. Assessing the house,
Yeah.
You see that there are some shuttered windows back here. There's a shuttered window here. Let's see. There's an open window on the east side of the house, I guess to let in the night air. The windows at the front of the house are open, but there are 2 beefy guards by those windows.
Can I use a free action real quick? I'm gonna click, because that's how I communicate. And
Sure,
I'm gonna say to Red Leader that I'm gonna go and try and open the southern window.
Okay. Yeah, I'll fly around and check out this window. These things have 80 feet of flight speed.
Yeah.
I'm so jealous.
Stim phase have great flight speed.
Does when I come over here, peek at the window, that'll be take a dodge action, I guess. But...
Okay. Give me a perception if you're going to be peeking in the window. That would be your action instead of a dodge.
Advantage. Oh, click that. Didn't work. I'll just roll a d8. So -1.
Okay. There does not seem to be any sound or anything of interest on the other side of that door.
Okay.
Are they unable to roll their perception?
No, yeah, they
off
have
their
a
perception?
+3 perception.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't click perception. I clicked the wisdom button. My bad.
Oh, it's like
Yeah,
the only
like
skill they
errors.
have on Earth. Okay. Yeah, you don't detect anything. Talus, inside the house.
All right. We are going to move over here. Stand up.
Okay.
Open the window to secure the escape route.
Okay. As you open the window, you see a curious metal bird pressing its ear hole against the shutters. It is loaded down with small alchemical flasks. I guess you stare at each other through the open window.
I will motion for it to. I guess I'll try to take one of the flasks from the bird.
Okay.
Okay.
And I'm gonna set the flask down underneath the bed. You're gonna do that as an item interact.
Okay.
Okay, so I might take the turn.
Okay. Well, I mean, yeah, you already item interact to open the window, but yeah, you grab it, you put it down. Okay. We'll move on. Wise old one, you're up.
All right.
Imperatos will open up this window to end his action.
Oh, hype. Okay.
So there's another window opened.
Yep.
Was there any communication on this side that the
windows were being open? Probably, yeah. Little quiet clicks and gear turns.
All right. I guess this one will dash. Circle Paratos and thanks.
Okay.
And we'll actually.
With the whirling of gyros and machinery as you come in, you hear sort of a from the bed as they kind of like snort and kind of turn over, but don't wake up.
All right, I'm going to land and gently place one of the canisters below the window, so that the conflagration will start in one of the possible exit points. And that will be my turn.
Okay. All right, Blue, you're up.
Yeah, if I heard like the communication over here, so I'm gonna instead fly over here, and I'm gonna fly into the room, and I'm gonna go really close to Talus, and I'm gonna click into his ear. As soon as you strike him, I'll hit him with the needles, and then I'll ready an attack. Let's see here. I'm gonna ready Opinion Storm.
Now, a few things. One, Talus, you know that the entry to the bedroom is this southern door right here. There is a large open courtyard. The house is basically a big rectangular donut. It's got a little garden in the center. So that would more than likely be where the guards would come from if the guards were summoned. There is a door over here that leads to his office. And from his office, there is another southern door that leads to that same courtyard.
Gotcha.
Those plus the windows are the only places of entry.
All right.
All right. Maximus. Maximus. Wow. Maximus got a -3 on his perception. So he continues to slumber. The guards, tired, bored, just doing their thing. Alright. The missus, just slumbering. Okay. Alright, Red Leader.
Guess I want to go over and kind of check out the middle portion you described. It's kind of an open air.
Yeah. So you fly, as shown on the aerial view, on the right-hand side. Yeah. So you're gonna fly up and over. There are 2 Minotaurs. They are sleeping in the garden, and you see 2 of the thugs from the marketplace. They look tired, but also, awake.
Are the Minotaurs armed?
The Minotaurs are not armed. Except for their massive muscles, their
and their
incredible horns, their goring rush attack. But no, they do not have any special equipment or weapons. More than likely, they are servants who are not even given beds to sleep in. They have to sleep outside like animals.
I'm just gonna go over here. I guess I would tell people in there that I would provide a distraction.
Okay. Okay. All right. Talus.
I'm going to try to get one more round of preparation and use clicks to convey to place potions at either doorway.
By potions, you mean the alchemist fire?
Yeah, flasks.
Okay. Blue leader clicks and says she'll get this door.
All right. Old wise one.
All right. Is going to drop a flask down by the office door.
There you go.
Those are ginormous flasks. All right, so one of them was over here. And one of them is over here.
I'll just stack some outside. There you go.
Just our flask stash. And then I would have enough.
Stimfey becomes a Blastogoose.
I would have enough move where. Are they in one of those like really opulent beds that's rather high off the ground? Can I go under the bed?
Yeah, there was enough room for a man-sized robot to hide there.
Oh, that's right.
In a very terrifying manner. Yeah.
Then, yeah, I will also gently place one underneath the bed.
Shit. Okay.
Using my item, using the action, because item interact is the first drop.
Okay.
I'll use my action for the second one. I have those three there. I will wait for further orders. I mean, next round I'm just going to start doubling up more drops in the area to make the fire faster and stronger. So
now, Stimfey Squadron, you are the three best and most intelligent of the Stimfey that they had available. But Boss Mama of the Amazons, she made it very clear to you to make it look like an accident. Try to remain unseen.
Yeah, is there any like lit candles in the room?
There are not, but there are candles, and there is an oil lamp in the room.
Is there sex oil?
There is lots of sex oil. It's ancient Greece, baby. They got a whole fucking urn of sex olive oil.
Yeah, this is that scene in Van Wilder where Taj gets together with Naomi.
Throwback. Take Philip's inspiration. I'm handing these. They don't do anything.
In fact, there is a good variety of oils in this room. Worth mentioning, I guess. All right. Blue Eagle. Nothing. No attack came. Held action continues to be held. Do something different or no?
Yeah, I'm gonna. So I have 6 of these, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm gonna just place item interact 1 at the door, and I'm just gonna put the rest of them under the bed.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Let me just something like that. And then I'm gonna fly over to the oil lamp, and I'm gonna look at Talus, and I'm gonna nod my Stimfey head.
You're doing that thing a cat does, where it's like looking right at the owner, and he's like, "I'm gonna knock this bitch off the mantle. I'm gonna do it."
That's my turn.
Okay. Alright. You hear a from Maximus. I need everyone in the room to give me a stealth check. As a quick reaction, give me a stealth check.
Everyone freezes.
My dexterity doesn't work, so I'm gonna just roll a d20.
Yeah, same.
Ooh. I have advantage since he's asleep?
Okay. It was a group check. You beat the 13 that you needed to beat. He kind of sits up in bed for a second, and he kind of rubs his jowls, smacks his lips a little bit, feels around, feels the the hip of his wife, smiles, and then curls up next to her. She murmurs, and then he murmurs back, "Hey, I want to be the little spoon." And she little spoons him. He's a little spoon. All right. From your aerial position, you see the guards. They don't move from under their awning. They just sit there, bored as hell, yawning. I mean, this is a very confident people. They're not breaking the law. Like, the only reason this guy probably has guards is because that whatever that Lady of Coins is that was mentioned. This is the only reason he's probably running guards 24/7. All right, wifey continues to snooze. All right, that brings us to Red Leader.
I'm just holding my action. If I was
You
able
just
to...
kind of like circling above the house, just kind of like.
Yeah, my plan is I'm gonna drop one of these flasks on this little bush here. Eventually,
Maybe a little
I'm not sure. I guess I'm
inconspicuous.
waiting for a signal.
Okay.
But...
All right, Talus, to you.
All right. From behind his back, you'll see the metal blade of his chakram glint in the moonlight.
Okay.
As he goes,
I'm gonna reaction shake my head, like not yet.
Well, you can free action click at him.
Yeah.
I don't want to make noise.
Oh.
Although I
Okay.
imagine Symphony Shaky's head is probably like making weird like.
You gonna ready?
metal
You
on the
gonna?
wall.
You gonna ready
what
your
else are we
action then,
waiting
or-
for? Seriously.
Oh, you know how so our order is as Stimfey were to burn the whole house down. So I still have 3 more vials. I want to pour over the roof so that when the conflagration starts here in the room and the
Man,
flames start licking at the roof,
These are
it'll...
frighteningly intelligent birds. Yeah. This is some Hitchcock level shit that's going on here. All right.
Look, I have a
group
6 intelligence, and I'm following orders.
Fair enough. I would make a police joke, but I respect all people. Anyways, but yeah.
Yeah, I'll do it on my next turn for sure. We haven't seen.
All right. But yeah, 6 intelligence follows orders. Yeah.
So-
All right. Okay, if that's the case, Talus, you're just gonna hold on to your.
You can ready your action tool before your next turn.
Actually, I'll use this turn to cast, since nobody's on the floor,
Okay.
I'm going to cast
You're
Thorn
on the floor.
Growth on the ground underneath.
Spike growth.
Yep.
Okay. Let me grab
So
you.
that when they do get out of bed, they'll start spiking them.
All right. Put it
It's
down.
actually only a 20-foot radius.
I know. That's a 20-foot
that's-
radius. So where you want to
All
put
right,
it?
never mind. We're not gonna do that. That's too big. That's
Okay. Okay.
I mean, you could do something like that. But
I mean,
yeah.
if you make it go outside, then if they try to go to the door, they'll get shredded too.
yeah.
Eh? Yeah? No? Hmm?
You can go. I'm about to start shit out here, so
Yeah,
you could just...
we'll do that.
All right. Okay. Concentrating on that. Purple Owl, you're up.
Okay, so Purple Owl's gonna fly out the window and fly up to the top of the roof,
Okay.
and he's just gonna start He's going to drop a thing.
This is so cool.
Can I do it like this? I think I can. Yeah, so he's going to put one here.
Okay.
Over on this side. But he's going to turn it on its side and peck the...
peck the cap. So so the oil starts to drip out. Got it.
Starts pouring down the roof, so the roof will like...
All right. So
I'm pretty sure that's like all my action economy to do that. So.
All right, Blue Eagle, you're up.
All right. So this oil lamp to light it, is it like just turning a switch? Could I do that with like my little?
Yeah, it has its own little flint and steel in there that you kind of.
All right, I'm gonna just start pecking the flint and steel in there and light the oil lamp.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna pick up the oil lamp, and I'm gonna fly right over top of the bed.
Oh God. Okay.
And I'm looking at Talons, and I'm nodding my head, and then I click. After I was never here.
So is it okay if I attack now? Vanilla action.
Well, you cast the spike growth instead.
Spike growth, never mind.
I think they're gonna hold that. They'll hold
I'm
the
holding my
action
action to drop the oil lamp for you to stab him.
Alrighty.
And I also click. I'll make sure he's awake when he burns.
Okay. All right. I need another stealth check from the two people in the room, or two machines in the room. Because there's only two of you, will both need to pass this.
This is an all Terminator assassination mission.
Okay.
All right, here we go. 13.
All right, you had to beat a 12. So as you're hovering over his head, he kind of.
You see the sweat begin to start, like from the oil lamp.
Kind of sniffs at the air. What's that smell? But he keeps going, keeps sleeping. Guards out here, bored, whatevs. This one finally decides it's gonna go check on the front. He looks over, he just spits on the one sleeping Minotaur, shakes his head in disgust. All right, that brings us to red leader.
All right, so
you see Purple Owl pouring oil all over the roof over the bedroom.
Probably do that. Anyway, let's just go. Accelerate to attack speed. This is it, boys. I'm gonna fire one of them into this bush here and catch it on fire.
Okay.
You do realize you just might have taken away my sneak attack chance.
It's all good. Let's see what happens.
Going 0.3 milliseconds.
All right, as it falls and hits the tree, the chemicals begin to burn. This guy, big yellow exclamation mark over his head, as he sees it. So he will roll into initiative. Talus, I believe it's you. Outside, on the other side of the door, you hear a, what? All right. To you, Talus.
So, chakram attack.
Okay. This is with advantage. He is naked. Let's see.
And immobile. Gives advantage. He doesn't do anything.
Yeah, I mean, he's unconscious, so if it hits, it will be a critical hit. So, I just have to check to make sure he doesn't have anything weird going on. I don't think he does, though. Let's see. Nope. Without his armor, even with his dexterity, that in 5th edition still works when you're unconscious, because, I don't know. It was too complicated to keep that from 3rd edition, I guess. You bring the chakram down, hopefully across his throat. Let's hear what happens. Okay. This is slashy damage?
Yes.
Okay. Slow recovery, quadruple damage, and he must make a Constitution saving throw. DC 16. He fails. On a failed save, he will make 3 fewer attacks on his next turn. 3 fewer attacks. That means he doesn't get to attack on his next turn. So I'm going to say that, yeah, you ram it right into his throat. Only his experience as a gladiator and his raw meanness and the fact that this might be a board game keeps him alive. Blood just fountains from his neck. Go ahead and give me 3 more d6s for additional damage. Alright, you get another attack on him, because you have 2 attacks.
And 3 ones, let's see that.
Alright. He's taken a significant amount of damage, but he has a significant amount of health.
Yeah. And with that, I'm gonna drop the oil lamp, setting the bed on fire, and all of the alchemist fire beneath him.
Alright. That is a lot of alchemist fire.
At which point I would be dodging out the window, seeing him do that.
Oh, for sure. Alright, so alchemist fire, when it goes off, 1 bottle of it, does a d4, which doesn't seem like that big a deal. But how many bottles were there altogether? Stimfay Squadron?
I think. Well, I put 5 underneath. I put 5 underneath, and he put 3 underneath. So I think there's 8 on the bed.
Okay.
And then the rest around the room.
Alright. Alright, plus the lantern itself, so we'll do another one for that.
Yeah, and I'm aiming to land it on his head.
Okay. Plus the damage he's already taken, he just took 26 more fire damage and is on fire from 8 different sources. He and his wife dies instantly. She did not have as many hit points as he did. Consumed by fire. He is now on fire times 8. That brings us to Purple Owl.
Oh, can I finish up the movement for my turn?
For sure, yeah.
So I'll dive out the window, grabbing onto Parados' feet, using like a glider to try to
avoid the last bits of the spike growth. All right, yeah, that's only at 5 feet. You could have jumped it, but it's way more dramatic to use it as a leaf glider.
Cinematic.
Yeah. All right, Purple Owl.
All right, Purple Owl will put some more oil down on the roof on this side so that we can get this thing spreading to the rest of the house.
Okay.
And but yeah, he's remaining like on the roof, level with the roof, so nobody can see him.
All right. Alrighty, that brings us to Blue Eagle.
Phil, you might be muted.
Oh, I'm Blue Eagle. Yeah, I'm gonna claw him with my talons. Actually, he's on fire. I'm gonna well, I don't want the needles to be around, so I'm gonna.
True.
I'm gonna talon him.
Okay.
I'm gonna aim for the part of him that's not on fire, if there is a part of him. But I'm here to see the job done. It doesn't work. Mine doesn't work. I'm gonna roll it. It's a d20 plus 4.
Okay.
16 hit.
Yeah, 16 hits. He is prone. He doesn't have any armor on. So his AC is only a 12.
Oh, he's prone. I'm gonna roll another d20 just to see if it's
just
a
in
crit.
case you get it. All right.
All right, it's not a crit. Okay, so it's 1d6 more damage. 1 damage. And I don't know if I can do this, but I'm gonna caw at him. And then I'm gonna block this window with my fucking body.
Okay.
You are not good at coverts.
All right.
I'm from the Amazon that's like, you know, she don't give no shit. She gets in fights. I'm that Stimfay.
On his turn, he's because of the critical, he's not able to take any attacks. He doesn't have a weapon handy, anyways. Also, his wife is on fire. He grabs her, and begins screaming. He is on fire. She is on fire. He clutches her to his chest and is screaming, "I'm on fire! I'm on fire!" And that's his turn. Because, I mean, that's, yeah. And on his turn, he takes another 94 points of fire damage. Yikes. Okay, he is past bloody at this point.
Does the fire spread and ignite the other bottles we placed?
Oh,
in
absolutely, absolutely. Okay. Oh, and the olive oil collection too. So.
I'm just waiting for the Legos of Death. Finish them off.
Okay. This guard hears "I'm on fire, I'm on fire," kicks the doors back open, runs in, sees the trees on fire, and figures that's what they're talking about. And he says, "Hey, this tree, it's on fire!" And the other guard is like, "Oh, that's what they were talking about." And then they run over, and they both begin looking at the tree that's on fire. "How do we put it out?" "Ah, the bath!" And this one begins running this way. Okay. Wife, it's over for you, sweetheart. You're in Lutheria's arms now. Alright, Red Leader.
I'm just gonna, because I was kind of on top of you for that one, I'm just gonna go fly and I'll find another window and I'll try and set another part of the house on fire now.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
There's an open window right here.
Yeah.
Okay. Flying in, you see a woman asleep in the bed.
Oh no. Is it like young?
I mean, you know, she's youngish. Not like a child, but, you know, a young woman.
Damn it, Red Leader, you got a job to do! Do not get distracted!
I didn't sign up for this!
The Amazons didn't program feelings!
Oh, man. Okay, well, I'm not gonna set her on fire. I'll set this corner of the room on fire. I'll just shoot a little flask on this little wardrobe here, and I'll fly back out.
Alright.
Like a pneumatic cylinder, just...
Talus, you are free of the area. Do you want to just kind of stealth away into the night and assume that everything's taken care of? Or do you want to stick around and hide in the shadows, make sure the job is done?
I'm gonna try to hide in the bush. Just steer.
Okay. Give me a stealth check. I mean, you could be off the map by a certain amount. Just make sure to keep track of how far off the map you are. Alright, Purple Owl, you're up.
Purple Owl is now going to, hearing the alarms, is going to throw the last one of the vials, or not throw, but he'll drop it right between these two, so that the roof ignites, and then he will fly off into the night to the north, because he's out of vials.
Okay. Alright, Blue Eagle, it's getting hot in there. It's getting real hot in there.
Yeah, this guy, he looks like he's done for it. Like, Blue Eagle, he flies out.
Also, once he gets out of bed, he starts cheese grating himself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna see if I can regroup with anybody. Okay, I see Red Leader over here.
Okay.
God, 80-foot flight speed. What is this shit? I'm gonna...
Look, some people felt that the Ranger wasn't a very strong class, okay? And the Odyssey writing team tried to rise to the challenge, okay? That's all I'm saying.
They're doing a good job. This is
I think they did.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm gonna click to Red Leader like, I'm out of flask. Give me some, and I'll put them on the other side of the house.
Okay, yeah. I'll hand them 2 of my 4 remaining.
Alright.
And, well, that's an item interact. So I'm gonna dash to the other side of the house.
Okay. Here you go.
That was me.
Oh. Sorry. There we go.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be by the window.
Sure.
And that'll be my turn.
Alright, Maximus the Merciless, curing the burning body of his wife against his own chest, crying out, I am on fire, over and over again, can now use his attacks to make unarmed attacks while curing his dead wife. He takes 22 points of fire damage. He's still alive. He's that tough. He sets his feet down on the ground and begins to move through the spike growth towards the door. He takes 6 d4 points of spike growth damage, if you'd like to roll that, Talus.
13.
Alright. As he makes his way to the door, he just kind of like shreds himself. And as he reaches for the door, he falls to his knees. With a weak hand, he bangs on the door. And his last words, Malaka, as he falls over. All right. These guards, he has returned with an urn full of bathwater, and he throws it at the tree. Alchemist fire don't give a shit about that. It just gets even bigger. And these two guys, who I don't think share a positive intelligence modifier between the two of them, shrug. But then they look over, both at the same time, simultaneously, and see that the boss's bedroom is on fire. And then both of their sets of eyes bug out, and their mouths drop open into big O's of surprise. Meanwhile, these Minotaurs are going to wake up. Alright, Red Leader, you're up.
Before I leave this window, I'm gonna give out the screech to wake up the woman.
Okay.
So she can get out of there, and then I'm gonna fly off. I'll just fly off this way. Go to the front of the house. Guards. There was guards at the front, you said? Yeah. Let's dash to get to just above them, alright.
Yeah, those were the guards to be at the front of the house.
Okay. Just kind of perch and see, because I had to dash to go over here, I'll just kind of hide on the roof conspicuously.
Alright, Talus, you continue to watch from the shadows?
No, we're gonna drop spike growth and try to make our way towards the pens where probably these creatures are being held still.
Okay, so heading around to the front of the building?
Trying to find like a back alley, walk out. Like next, not directly close to this house, but...
Oh, I got you. Like the warehouse nearby where they're being stored. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Alright, go ahead and give me a stealth check, as guards from the warehouse are now going to be rushing towards the house that is on fire. Oh yeah. Yeah, they run right, yeah.
Tonight. All right.
Yeah, they just run right past you. Alright. Back in the house, this one grabs this Minotaur, grabs the other one, and force movement, begins to run away from the fire and the guards. The guards begin to give chase after them. Not really sure what else to do. Alright, Purple Owl.
Purple Owl is out of here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, this Minotaur now able to walk for herself. They turn on the guards and begin to fight them for their freedom. Alright, Blue Eagle.
Yeah, Blue Eagle's gonna go up to the shutter. He's gonna see if he could, like, item interact, like open it up.
Okay. They lock from the inside, but you could try a dexterity check to see if you can sort of pry them open, or a strength check to see if you could bust them open.
Yeah, that's not really in my expertise. I'm gonna I'm gonna say never mind that, and I'm just gonna fly above the house, and I'm gonna just drop 2 more alchemist fires on the roof, to like start the fire on this side of the roof.
Alright.
And then confident the fire will spread, I'm gonna start flying out of here to go check on the damage of the city, the effects of the storm, you know.
Alright. Red Eagle. Red Leader. You see a Minotaur that was being kept in the fucking stables out front. Run off into the night.
Nice.
Alright. These two guards look like they're going to give chase, but as they are getting ready to leave, you see a group of guards approaching from another part of the city. Alright. I think that brings us to Red Leader.
I really want to do this, but it's probably near impossible. What I want to do is I want to try and get one of these vials just on the person of one of these guards.
Oh, like they are the ones that started the fire kind of thing?
Sort of like put it in his hands right as the other guards are showing up. I don't know how I could possibly do that. That's like a clutch, maybe attack roll to like, I don't know.
It'd be pretty risky, yeah, because if they saw you, they'd know exactly. I mean, you are a robot bird, so it's pretty, yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. I could fly past them or like glide past them, like do like a swooping dive and like drop like one of them behind them. Just they're looking this way at the chasing Minotaur.
I mean, that's what you want to do.
Yeah.
Okay. You gonna drop it with the intention of it busting, or are you gonna try to drop it so it doesn't break?
Yeah. I don't want it to break.
Okay. All right, and then you fly off essentially.
Yeah.
Okay. Talus. Arriving there, the Minotaurs are confused by where all the guards went, but they seem to be confused, but like in a good way. Like when you've like walk into a supermarket and like confetti starts falling down, but you're not sure why, but you're like the 5,000th customer or whatever kind of deal. Because the oath was a magical thing, when he died, they felt the oath break. They look around and they see you, and one of them shouts, "You there! I remember seeing you at the market today. Is this your doing?"
The gods. I would say that the gods have smiled on you, my friends. I'd make use of this opportunity.
Make use of those keys. And he points a three-fingered hand towards the ring of keys hanging by the door.
Oh yeah, he'll absolutely grab it and
Okay.
start unlocking the door for
you.
them.
Unlock, they all start unlocking. They hug you, they pick you up, and spin you around and set you back down. They kiss you, and they're just like, you have done a great thing for us. Thank you. Thank you. And they all begin to rush out into the streets and down different alleyways and make their escape. Interestingly enough, it isn't an escape because they were staying there, quote unquote, by choice. All right. I feel like with that resolve, Talus, you could probably slink back into the night.
Oh, Talus is just gonna calmly walk down the street and enjoy the night.
Yeah. All right.
Not act suspicious, because that's the worst thing you want to do with a situation like this.
Fair enough. As you walk calmly down the street, many people are rushing past you. Talk of a fire that has broken out at Maximus's estate. You can see that there are people rushing there with hopes of either seeing the fire or seeing the fire put out. And there are people that are trying to form up like a sort of, bucket chain, essentially, to get some firefighting action out there. It's just spreading too fast. There's just too much alchemical fire. So ultimately, there are survivors. both the housekeeper and Maximus's daughter were able to escape, and the guards. But sadly, Maximus the Merciless and his beautiful wife were consumed in flames. It is believed that this attack was perpetuated by the Lady of Coins and her organization. It was known that they launched an attack against Maximus in the marketplace earlier that day, and more than likely sent assassins to finish him off. At first, they thought that perhaps the couple had knocked over an oil lamp, but investigators found an alchemical firebomb at the scene. So, all right, I'll take you guys back to the city.
Can I re-roll as a stim thing? Is it too late in the campaign?
It's fine. All right, so the night passes, and you guys wake in the queen's wing of the palace, and the queen is already awake because she wake up at 5 a.m. obviously every day, and she is in high spirits as the rest of you eventually catch up with her.
Did Talus make his way back into the palace?
I don't know. What did you do with the rest of your evening?
Well, I'm going to head back to the palace, but actually, if the dragon is still awake, I wish to talk to him.
He's certainly not awake, and
okay.
certainly not accessible to randos in the middle of the night.
I wasn't sure if he stayed on that big pile of...
Well, I mean, he does, but, like, you want to stealth past, like, Acastus's crew to get at this very powerful dragon in the middle of the night? I mean, you
can. I was only going to do it if
can.
it was freely available. It was not going to try to be under the guise of any stealth or...
Oh, yeah, no. Like, if you approached that part of the palace, there are guards, and the guards would want to know why you were there. And if you said that you were there to speak with the dragon, they would just chuckle and be like, the dragon is asleep.
Okay. I said it was available type situation.
Okay. It is a growing boy. It needs its rest. And that's that, I guess. So, all right. You guys all sync back up in the morning. You receive word. Okay, that's fine. You receive word from Valus that apparently last night there was a terrible fire. That enterprising businessman that you met yesterday apparently had made the wrong enemies and has met his end. As it turns out, putting all your eggs in one basket is not smart business, because when he died, all of the unclaimed oaths were broken, thus releasing the current stock of Minotaurs from their oaths.
With that news, Phil's gonna talk to Bugbear and he's be like, they have nowhere to go, and this city is not a good place for them. Let us make efforts to round them up, and I will see them be made citizens of Astoria.
Oh, Bullbug, he looks at you and he says, oh, I've heard many great stories of the kindness of the people of Astoria. Your father, King Pythor, has taken many Minotaur lovers. I saw several of the plays. They were extremely erotic.
Yeah, and I'll just say, kind of runs in the family. But yeah.
Phil, are you gonna have a minorgy?
It's a Minotaurgy. It's a Minotaurgy. Get it right. Yeah, I mean, if they want to have a Minotaurgy, Phil would have a Minotaurgy. But
I mean, I feel like a Minotaurgy is a really, really short amount of time.
I will spend the day gathering up those who have been freed. And where should I bring them once I have gathered them all together?
Just make camp outside the city. We will be heading through Astoria on our next trip.
Oh, then we should set up camp outside the north gate.
Yes, that is a good place.
Perhaps we could send them to the vineyard. We have more allies there.
I mean,
I
I
like
don't
wine.
think. Yeah, I mean, either is fine. I don't think anyone will mess with the group of you.
Valus smiles warmly and says, oh, well, it's probably going to be a long time before anyone tries to abuse the oaths of service again. Representatives of the Lady of Coin have come forward and claimed the attack, and claimed that more attacks will come to those who misuse the oaths and mistreat other civilized races. And she just kind of smiles broadly as she raises her big bowl of wine to her lips.
This is very good news. Any wish to be in this story, I look at Bulbug. They are welcome.
Yeah, and Valus looks to Bulbug and says, when you arrive, tell the newly crowned Queen Honora that you come with my blessing. She will find jobs and homes for you and all of your kin. And you see one big sloppy tear just running down this dude's face. He wipe at it. And he sniff.
Thank you, Auntie.
So, it's been a very exciting few days. What do you have planned next?
I believe we were going to check out the Temple of Lutheria today.
Oh.
And I kind of look at everybody for approval.
It is always good to know the enemy.
You see Kyra tying on like a red Rambo bandana and getting like her rampage kit ready. And Valus turns to her and says, "It would be prudent of you, sister, to spend the day recuperating here with me. Perhaps a day of peace." And you see Kyra's eyes kind of widen, and she kind of nods. Right. Yeah, I'm gonna have to sit this one out just in case, guys.
I'll tell you all about it next we meet.
As we leave, I'll kind of start, like in Kyra's earshot, but hopefully not Valus's, but she's a goddess, so she probably can anyways. I'll just mutter the first couple, like, verbal lines of the invisibility spell that I've reskinned as Kyra's cloak to kind of indicate that she may be along with us anyways, in a different way. And I'll grin at her.
Fine. She grins back, but it's a manic grin that is hard to read exactly where she was trying to go with it.
I'm suddenly a little concerned.
Now, Reset and Anastasia, are you still a bit fatigued from your efforts the other day?
I'm gonna look at Anna, and I'm gonna say, I'm okay.
There's no
Sort
need
of.
to put on a show if you are still lacking in energy and vigor. I have regained access to my spells.
This is Valis or Kyra?
This is Valis.
She's just gonna very slightly nod.
Okay. Assuming you guys are okay with it, she will cast Greater Restoration on each of you to remove whatever lingering exhaustion you still have.
Oh.
Thank you.
All right. So, reinvigorated, you guys can head back out into the city. Hypatia, I know that you're in like the mask sweatshop, but are you still with us? You doing okay? You need anything?
No, I'm good. I'm listening.
Okay.
I'm listening.
All right. I didn't know if maybe you sewed your hands together or something. So.
No, I'm here.
Okay.
I'm here.
All right. Okay. If your intention is to go check out the Temple of Lutheria, I will go grab that map.
Right.
Okay. Where did I put it? There are so many.
Some oils, some smelly oils or something to get that smoke smell out of this wood.
All right. Yeah, this is the map, and you're going there in the daytime. Good stuff. Let me go ahead and grab. Oh yeah. Here you guys are. Man, this is like the chillest piano rehearsal music ever. So. Alright. Oh, Hypatia, I'm gonna heal you up. Is that cool?
Oh, yeah. After,
Okay.
yeah. When we started, I wasn't.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So if you have Pokemans with you, you could just whip them Pokemans out when you get to the map. All right. Here we go. Right. I think we need like, this might be good. Let's see.
Before we actually approach, Astraeus is going to ask Anna if she could convince whoever it is who runs this temple just to answer a few questions we have. Astraeus doesn't trust himself not to rage if he is left to talk, because he's looking for the beggar who vandalized his wife's tomb and desecrated her body.
He's hiding out here.
So I'll share with everyone that when I was at the Temple of the Five and talked to the priest there, the beggar did show up there, and they couldn't heal him, but they offered him the gift of death to relieve him from his curse, which he accepted. And after he was dead, his body and his possessions disappeared. And one of the priests was very much hinting that, there's really only one divine being we know that interferes when it comes to people who have passed along. And so I most assuredly want to ask them about that before we take any other actions that may preclude us from asking them about the fate of the dead beggar.
Did we bring any of our followers with us, like Glorious or Karina? I'm down to bring Glorious.
Sure, I can drag him out.
and recorded in Kyra's stead.
Is this an orgy in the open?
They are having a very good time, giving praise and love and tribute to Lutheria, the goddess of dreams, and the goddess of the good times. Basically, I'm trying to respect Roll20's current disabilities, so you'll notice we're using smaller maps with less tokens, that kind of stuff. But yeah, basically there are many people here, and they are here to celebrate. The city was saved. Life is good. The buildings are being repaired, and they want to make sure that all of the gods are being given their due diligence. So when you guys show up, it very much feels like a, like a music festival a little bit. You got a lot of topless people running around, a lot of drinking, a couple of friendly fistfights, that sort of thing. It occurs to you that Lutheria might be really into herself, because all of the statues that you see are all of Lutheria. So, all different sizes. There are these, you're flanked by 8 statues here. There's 2 on either side of the temple. Lots and lots of Lutheria everywhere. To see the woman who has tormented you as badly as she has, openly worshipped like this, is very, very disturbing. Also worth noting, Talus, you see that they have 2 small gardens here, and many of the plants growing in the garden are actually plants that could only be found in the Old Wood. So they are fey plants that have been brought here to the city. You can even see where these fey plants are choking the life and nutrients out of the native plants and sort of colonizing the gardens. All right, let me grab sweet Laureus. There we go. All right, Laureus gives Phil a nudge, a little eyebrow waggle. It's not as good as Kyra's eyebrow waggle, but he's trying hard to fill in. He reaches into his messenger bag, which, his man purse, and he grabs his joke book that he purchased in the marketplace yesterday, just in case he had to fill in for Kyra.
Oh no.
Awesome.
Oh, this one is a bit old, but I think it might be appropriate because of the trees. Hold on a second. And he reaches into this little pouch. He takes out his spectacles and puts them on. I don't actually get this one. Maybe one of you guys gets this one. Why couldn't the druid get around town? Anyone?
What? Tell us why.
He was stuck in neutral. I don't get it. I feel like there's a lot of layers here that I'm just not. I just don't have the background for this.
You are quite hilarious, Laureus. Keep it up.
This one's pretty good though. Okay. Let's see. Okay. We have a chaotic evil paladin whom we nicknamed Life Alert because he's fallen and he can't get up.
That's good.
I don't understand. I don't know how she does it. None of these make any sense. He just starts kind of pawing through the book.
He's doing a good job. A better job than Kyra, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like, what is this one? Why is it hard to read a warlock's handwriting? It's all in cursive? He shakes his head. He puts the book away. And then slowly takes off his spectacles and puts those away as well. I'm just gonna record what happens. So.
It is said the
anything
humor
that
of the
happens,
5 gods transcends the 4th wall. Whatever that means.
Hypatia, you know what it means. You guys did study the 4th wall. It is a barrier between dimensions.
Yes, absolutely. I will explain that to everyone.
Because the highest level wizrobe in Thylea is only level 12. No one has ever been able to pierce the 4th wall. And those of you with training in religion, is there anyone with training in religion that actually has the box checked?
I have the box checked.
Okay.
As do I.
Granted, mine's from a Mimir, but...
you know that what some people refer to as the 4th wall is actually the borders of Thylea, beyond which it is said other worlds exist. But fortunately, Lutheria guards the borders of Thylea from those who would intrude upon it and do it harm.
Yeah, she didn't really do her job very well.
And anyone that slips past her is destroyed by her father. Kentamane? Yeah.
I mean, I don't know the name of the Gaigan that killed me, but that could be true.
So then, beyond the 4th wall, that's where we'll find North Caledonia and where Talus comes from.
Oh, that might also be where the pickles are.
And the dragons.
Makes sense.
Alright. We're saying you walk into the middle of one of these groups? Or are you walking in the middle of our group?
Yeah, I'm in the middle of our group.
Okay. Alright, so what do you guys do?
I'll ask Astreus if you prefer to be direct or not.
You're coming through super soft, Anna. Super soft.
Oh. Better?
I've got you at like 150. I could barely hear you tonight.
Oh. Well, that's like I turned off this booster. Yeah? That better?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd like to be like forthright with the priest or whatever they call themselves here.
Okay.
As to who I'm looking for and the reasons why.
Okay. So we'll just start striding up these stairs here. This looks like an entrance here, or where's the entrance?
This is definitely more of like a service entrance. You get the feeling.
Oh.
Yeah.
Do we see the main entrance from walking up?
It would be over on the this side. It is a very small shrine, but it is extremely opulent. In fact, I think there's award-winning writers that wrote some flavor text I was supposed to read to you about it. So, hold on just a sec. Alright, this small temple stands out from its surroundings due to the obvious wealth that has been lavished upon it. Okay. The temple is dominated by dozens of statues of a grinning, dark-eyed woman. That's right, all the statues, just like ancient Greece, are all painted. So even though on the map they all look like, you know, plain white marble, all the statues are painted, professional miniature style, Games Workshop, you know, like thin coats of paint, all that jazz, to make it look real nice. Everywhere there are people drinking wine, being amorous, and the temple and the temple grounds are filled with sweet fragrances. Okay. As you approach, you do see that there is an open door just through a crowd of revelers. A spray paint can appears to mark the entrance.
That can that comes from the fourth wall.
Yes, it does. The pink spray paint elemental is one of the most frequently used monsters in my 5th edition games.
So you said the group of people is blocking the way, or?
Well, I mean, they're blocking if you don't want to get, like, hepatitis, you know? Like, there's a bunch of people, they're just sort of spilling all over the stairs. But you could daintily pick your way through, or you could boldly press through the throng, or, you know, whatever means you want to.
Okay. I think I will try and daintily pick my way through. I'm not sure about the others.
Okay.
She's having trouble. Phil will, with a booming voice, ask everyone to move.
Okay. It is awkward, because, again, everybody thinks Sirens is super hot, even in Mitros, where, you know, they are barely concealed racist. So they all kind of eye Anna with hungry, lustful gazes. But none make a move to her, none are rude to her. They are all too drunk, too happy, too celebratory to sully it with such behavior. All right, as you enter, you see a massive statue of Lutheria and 4 smaller statues of Lutheria that are giving praise to the bigger statue of Lutheria. You see a great number of offerings around the statue, and you see 2 basic bitch priests. And you also see 2 not-so-basic bitch priests that don't look like bad guys at all.
Okay.
For those of you listening to the podcast, I showed 2 miniatures that obviously look like bad guys. That's my immersive description. Hold on, let me try again. The man, and both of them they obviously are brother and sister. They're obviously brother and sister. They have a lot of genetic markers, etc., etc. Roll an unasked for medicine check to confirm. The man is dressed in funeral garb. He definitely is going for edgelord with fashion sense for his character. His beard and hair is definitely like if a gas station knife was a person. You've seen that meme? Like, he's trying to go for that. Like, everything is hard angles, sharp cuts, that sort of thing. He does, however, in addition to mascara, have the sunken eyes of a person who does not sleep very well at all. His skin is sallow, and more than likely, he does not get out in the sun very much. Across from him, his sister has a big old fat braid full of semi-precious gems and fancily cut scrimshaw and mother of pearl. She has markings that appear to be makeup, but more than likely they are pretty expensive. And she wears lovely jewels anywhere that she can. She is barely dressed. And whereas her brother represents the aspect of death, she more than likely represents the aspect of dreams and the ephemeral pleasures of wine and the flesh. As you enter, their gazes turn to you, all 4 of them, and all of them break into wide smiles.
Phil's just standing behind Anna looking really scary.
Okay. So the woman looks to you and says, do my tired eyes deceive me, or do I look upon Anastasia, the chosen of the Oracle? Is that not the son of Pythor himself? Saviors of the city. Are you all here? And she kind of like peers over, like the two of you, and her eyes widen, and she says, "What have we done to deserve such prestigious guests in this humble shrine?"
Bill scoffs at humble.
Okay. Her brother says, now, Septia, now. There's no reason to shower them with unwanted praise. They are obviously making their rounds in the city and just wish to be well informed. Am I close to the mark? Beautiful and talented Anastasia.
We'll do a curt nod. I wanted to ask you real quick, what would be the most basic offering that you would normally give to Lutheria? Like flowers or something? Or
if you're like super poor, but you're going for like a monetary thing, it would be two lepta, right? For the 2 coins that you put over a dead person's eyes. Because then the temple would use that for a dead person who died with no money, essentially. If you had no money at all, but you were lucky enough to have an alcoholic beverage, you would, of course, pour out a portion of each alcoholic beverage to Lutheria. Going past that, like any religious institution, they got fucking bills to pay. So they'll take anything. They'll take coins, gems, fancy oils, magic items, whatever you got, baby. Like, they'll take it. So, yeah, they're
okay.
Yeah, they're down for any loots. They didn't get to include the word lavish in their professionally written flavor text by not taking donations.
Okay.
All right. You also see, sort of built into the walls to kind of match the construction, 2 narrow doors on either side of the back wall. The confines of this temple are pretty small. I mean, it's 25 feet by 25 feet, so it's not a terribly small room. But this is certainly where you would come in and beseech, like the priests themselves, or put down like a significant offering or sacrifice to Lutheria. They don't hold like mass. You know what I'm saying? Like what's going on outside, that's where the active worshiping is. This is sort of like the solemn, like, you know, what's going on, talk it out kind of thing.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna walk up to the statue of Lutheria. I'm gonna put a small offering down. I'm gonna bid my companions come in, because there's not a whole lot of room. And I will talk to the man. Say we are here to speak to your head priest or priestess. Which of you is in charge?
He smiles and says, as Lutheria and Sidon are 2 of the same, and 2 that make the same, so am I and my beautiful sister. And he kind of looks at her, and she looks at him, and you get that awkward, wow, how many siblings are doing each other in this campaign feeling. What my handsome brother means to say is that we are both in charge of this shrine in equal measure. Okay. You muted or?
No, I just...
Chase is gonna kind of press reach forward, and Anna's way too far away from him to really do anything. But he's just gonna say like, ask them what we need.
Ask them what again? I'm sorry, I don't remember.
Remember the beggar that stole a necklace from the necropolis?
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. He was granted the gift of a merciful death in the Temple of the Five, and his body went missing, as did the necklace. And we are just wondering if perhaps they have any knowledge of what may have occurred after his death, since death is Lutheria's domain.
Okay. I'll ask them that and give a brief description of the man.
Okay. They both sort of look confused. So you came here looking for a criminal?
Didn't say he was a criminal.
I don't know. You said that you just said some words, so I'm just interpreting whatever I want. That's how abstract roleplay works.
We're looking to see if you have any knowledge of what may have befallen this man after he had died. He had knowledge that I need.
Okay. Go ahead and give me an insight check. Okay. Yeah, they both share a look, and they look back at you and they just shake their head like they have no idea what you're talking about. And then the man, he motions outside, like towards the outside, and he says, "Do you not hear the revelry? Do you not see the throngs of worshipful citizens? Do you know how many people we see every day? We do our best to know each and every patron by heart, but this is a large city, the largest and greatest of all cities. I'm very sorry, but I do not recall, and I feel that I would recall such a person."
Just trying to decide out of character how much I want to challenge them in their faith, right in their own temple. As much as he despises it, I think Astraeus would still feel somewhat bound to an oath of peace, and also just proper decorum.
Phil don't feel bound, so if
yeah, I mean, they're basically saying that they have no idea, and I really want to call them out on the fact that death is supposed to be their domain. Wouldn't they be able to, like, divine any such information?
I'm just gonna whisper to, I guess, Astraeus or Anna, and say, perhaps we shouldn't be asking about a specific person. Perhaps we can start by asking what they might know about the realm of death and how someone could be kept out of it, brought back to life.
Astraeus is gonna definitely and he'll look to Anna to see if she's comfortable asking the question.
No, I've been cowed. I don't know.
Alright. Astraeus is going to he's gonna give a nod at Reset, like, that's a fantastic idea. And he'll say, well, if you do not know this man, what about any knowledge you may have of how someone who could be afflicted with the grave robber's curse, how they might escape death or return from death after the curse has run its course? And he's gonna make a point of looking at each of the priests and priestesses in turn as he's speaking, so that they each get a turn, kind of with his eyes on them.
Okay. Yeah, the man and the woman Septia, they both maintain eye contact with you, and in no way seem to let on that they are hiding anything or know anything more than what they are saying. This priestess doesn't seem to know. I mean, she's an initiate, so she doesn't seem to know much. This one, you can tell that you guys are making her very nervous. So this northernmost one right here. As you ask the question, the two siblings turn and look at each other, and the woman kind of nods to the man, and the man says, I make the study of death my specialty. You have many questions that I suppose couldn't be answered by the 5 gods. I would be happy to educate you further in the mysteries of death. Would you walk with me, hero, outside of time?
Strayus will just give him a slow measured nod.
Okay. All right. He kind of moves this priestess quickly, gets out of his way. Reset, do you take up the full 5-foot space, or okay? So he just kind of heads out. All right, and we'll assume that you guys kind of walk down this road a little bit, not too far from the temple, but he turns to you as you guys, and he says, "It is hard to breathe in there. Surely a man of the faith understands the drain that administering to so many faithful can bring to a man."
We carry the weight of a great blessing and a great burden.
Indeed, indeed. So, you ask about the curse that would befall a grave robber. There are few I despise more than those who would desecrate the resting place of the dead. The curse of the grave robber, it finds a way to take all, though some last a painfully long time. If your will is strong enough, if your sense of self so well established, you'll start to eat yourself from the inside. I don't just mean a walking, shambling skeleton in a suit of skin. I mean, you'll suck your own blood from your own marrow, such as your iron will and determination to prove the fates wrong. Perhaps that is what has befallen whatever it is you're looking for. I'll confess, I could only hear bits and pieces of your questions. The crowd was so loud, you understand?
Yes, well, unfortunately this is not the ultimate fate of the one I seek. Although it is possible that may be why he lasted as long as he did. He was...
Now, this individual, they went to the Temple of the 5 to seek healing and were turned away?
He was not turned away. He was granted a mercy.
I am familiar with such practices. They are well within the law.
However, shortly after mercy was given, he and that which he took vanished from the temple grounds.
that is strange. Do you fear corruption within your church?
Not at all. My first inclination
Some
is that...
claim that Mitros is a delicious and beautiful apple that rots from within.
Ashay's eyes will narrow for a moment before he realizes that he's talking about the city of Mitros and not the goddess. Or at the very least, I'm going to allow that he isn't talking about the goddess lest I cut his throat. But he will say, I believe it more likely that whatever befell the body of this grave robber is that he was at the whims of the one being who controls all once the veil of death falls upon us.
Ah, I see. So, you think that perhaps the great Lutheria has intervened on this individual's behalf?
If not her, perhaps one of her devout servants, and he'll kind of nod towards the priest.
Oh, that seems a strange thing to do. If Lutheria needed her bidding done, she would simply visit my sister or I in our dreams.
And how have your dreams been these past nights?
Our goddess is distressed. The closer we grow to her, the more distressed we become, as she shares those feelings with those closest to her.
I see.
She is, and he looks up at one of the many statues littering the area, she is so fragile. Strong, but fragile. And you see him just start to cry.
Ashayas is like looking at the statue.
His mascara just kind of down his cheeks.
Yeah, I am not seeing fragility in the visage that he's...
What? Look at that. She even has tears painted on her face.
Yeah, I don't see fragility there. She also openly wears her third eye, which is not the way that I'm used to seeing one of those things. What would cause such worry for she who holds dominion over death and dreams?
Who am I to understand the motivations and feelings of a god? Do you spend your days trying to decipher the mysteries of the Five?
Of course. I do all I can to be closer to those that I worship. To understand them.
Like a dangerous amount of hubris.
If I understand my gods better, I can serve them all the better. I can be more effective in interpreting their will and trying to enact it upon this world. My gods walk among us. One is the queen of this very city. It is liberating and humbling to see them physically in front of us.
So you say. So you say. As much as I love my goddess, I fear that if I were to see her this close, and he reaches out a shaky hand to touch the thigh of one of the nearby statues, my mind would shatter. But I guess that's the difference between the Titans and the Five.
Yes, perhaps that is.
The Titans, their powers so great as to be unknowable, untouchable, whereas the Five are merely lost children.
And yet,
But take heart, take heart. It makes your job that much more important. I am but a humble servant. You, Astraeus, are a caregiver.
Strace is like just trying to hold his temper and trying to like be as respectful as possible because he's on a temple ground, even though it's a rival. He kind of brushes aside the comments that the man just made and just says, but ultimately, insofar as it concerns this beggar that I seek, you know nothing, and you cannot help me?
Oh, I could help you, but not with this. I will ask around. I will do everything I can to find a solution. And if I hear anything at all, I will send word to you immediately.
May I insight the comment that he just made?
Sure.
To see if he's, I mean, as a player, I'm inclined to not trust him just because of who he is.
Oh, yeah.
I think Astraeus would try and measure what he knows of him.
Okay.
Insofar as he can.
I mean, he's shady as fuck, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But beyond that, all you know is that you don't feel that this man has your best interests at heart in any way, shape, or form.
No.
But whether or not he does know about this guy or the situation, you have been unable to insight that. While you guys are walking and having a talk, inside the temple itself, Septia watches Phil work his muscles as he stares at Lutheria, and tentatively reaches out to place just her fingertips on his bicep.
While they're talking and distracted, I'm sending Skilla to look around.
Okay.
I made it to this back room here.
Oh, nice. All right. So, Skilla, in the back room, you see that there are two more statues of Lutheria. You see that this is a storeroom. It is full of oils, wines, and apparently like fruits, incense, things like that. Go ahead and give me an investigation check.
Using Skilla's or mine?
Unless you went comatose in a very obvious way that everybody could see, it would just be Skilla's. And yeah, I don't. If you're riding around in Skilla, you're in that like limp noodle coma thing.
Yeah. Investigation? Definitely not perception.
I mean, in this case, I would say it would be an investigation. Okay.
Oh, that was not terrible.
That's actually impressive.
Skilla, you are smarter than the average flying snake. These pots and urns get moved a lot more than they probably need to.
Okay. Then I will look for a, I don't know, trapdoor maybe.
Okay. Now that you have an idea of what you're looking for, go ahead and give me a perception check with advantage.
Okay. Character sheet. I love this one.
Yeah,
Nice.
there is in fact a trap door under all of these pots and urns.
Okay.
And as you look around, you do see in the corner, kind of behind one of the pots, is a small ragdolly.
Like
the kind of little dolly that like a poor kid would have.
Okay. All right. I'm just gonna come further back out. I'm gonna tell Mom.
As you come out, you overhear the whole like, if you find yourself overcome with lust for the perfection of Lutheria, I can help you, son of Python.
So like,
our union could be praise to both your father and Lutheria. Perhaps we could birth a grandson for Great Pythor and raise him to be a champion of the Titans.
I need to ask a question, like...
Sure.
Above board. Would I get, like, cursed if I spit on a statue? Like...
Oh, in this setting? I mean, this woman has done worse to you for less.
How can I show disrespect without, like, you know, breaking any of the, like... How can I respectfully disrespect her?
Well, I will direct your attention out here in the street, where this guy has run the fucking dozens on Astraeus, up and down the street, while being completely respectful. Everything he said to Astraeus has been disrespectful. Everything he said to him. He basically said that, like, the only reason the five have got, like, priests like you is because they can't take care of themselves, etc. I mean, it's been pretty bad out there. It's been really bad out there. Yeah. What she just said to you about having your child and raising him to be a champion, this is how they play their games, right? This is how they get in their hits without... Think about shitty children that are like, I'm not touching you, I'm not touching you. You know what I'm saying? With the finger right above the nose. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I just kind of like...
That's how the Titans like to play.
I just kind of look at her and I'd be like, oh, why would I want to raise such an awful child? Oh. Whew.
Okay. She lets out a laugh of merriment and says, all children are awful. But they grow and become something more. And you there, Arisian, tell me, do you take time for the twin titans in Arisia? I hear so many stories. It's such a strange land.
We don't, right?
No. You are all Narcissus all the time.
I'm just gonna say nope, and then I'm gonna turn to this priestess and ask, "Are you all right?"
Oh, yes, I am fine. Oh, this door was left open. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I'm gonna turn to Septia and say, "Your priestess, she looks unwell."
Well, it is all of the incense and the administrations to the people. We have been at this all morning and all night. You have to understand that she's very, very tired.
Then she deserves the break that she should get.
There, that she will. She will have it. She will have a very long break.
Can I insight that?
Sure. It sounds sinister as fuck.
Did I have advantage? 'Cause it
That's a
sounds so
freebie.
sinister?
That's a freebie. It sounds sinister as fuck.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are all of your priestesses blessed by Lutheria's visions whenever they sleep?
They hope to be. There have been songs that claim you have been gifted such visions.
Gifted.
If you have time, would you tell me about them?
I believe you have to earn these.
Oh. She narrows her eyes, and you hear the inaudible slap of a social slap. And she says, fine then. Keep your secrets. Do you need anything else from this shrine? It looks like my brother is returning. We have much to do.
Perhaps a tour. I mean, like to see
What
it
you
all.
see is what you get.
I mean, there's some doors. I mean,
it is a storeroom where we keep.
Asked message and.
Slick. Okay.
Yeah. I would inform. Who am I gonna inform? I can only do one of you. I guess I would inform Phil. I'm closest to Phil. But there is a trapdoor in the back room. Secret door.
If you are curious where I sleep at night, son of Pythor, my brother and I share a single bedroom apartment not far from here. I know I don't even need to ask him. You are welcome if you'd like to come over for dinner sometime.
Perhaps you could tell me what's underneath the trapdoor in your storeroom.
Oh, okay. That's not what I was going for. But okay.
You're Phil. He's blood.
Okay. There is a moment where her eyes kind of flicker for a bit. Not like magically, but just kind of like, oh shit. And then she says, I
would at this point also message Astraeus, the same information, and say, come back.
Well, it is no secret that we provide a great deal of the wine and mead and other liqueurs that are enjoyed during festivals in the city. We needed a safe place to store them, and so we do, in fact, have a wine cellar.
Ooh, I would very much love wine. I would love to see it, and perhaps take part. And I'm gonna just start heading back there.
I will need to ask you to not do that. That is a sacred place. Only worshippers of Lutheria need to go in that area.
Aren't we all worshippers of Lutheria? And I kind of just open up the door and force my way in.
All right. While this is happening, Astraeus, you and Broseph are making your way back. And you can kind of, there's the hubbub of all the people out here. You just maybe catch sight of Phil moving behind the statue and the woman Septia moving after him.
All right, and Hypatia messaged me to return. I see in the chat.
There is a trapdoor, and I told Phil, and maybe that wasn't the best idea.
Okay. This woman is sitting on some boxes, and she is kind of composing herself. She screams when she sees you. And she says, do not kill me! Do not kill me!
Is there anything you wish to tell me, child?
She slides into the door behind you and closes the door. Alright. We're gonna need to roll into some initiative.
Oh, she's attacking me. That's perfect.
I don't know. Something might be.
I had a thing I was hoping to try with this guy as we walked back. I don't know.
Yeah,
if
that's
I'll
why
have
we're all
one
going to go to initiative. So anybody that
Alright.
wants to try to do something can try to do something.
beauty.
Talus was still outside. He has no idea what's going on.
Oh, poor Talus. Just kind
He
of
was looking at
enjoying the
plants.
sights, studying the plants, yeah. Let's see. Who else do I gotta roll in? This person.
His skill is initiative always so wonderful, and mine is so terrible.
The curse of familiars.
Familiars usually do pretty well. I feel like the universe feels sad for them.
No, I just mean that they usually get like the better rolls and everything.
Oh, that's what I mean.
for
Yeah,
what
like
matters,
they usually do well on initiatives and other stuff. Let's see. I don't know if this is technically combat music. Maybe. Let's see. Okay. So, clearing out that, putting on this. There we go. Okay. I think everybody's rolled in because the crowds aren't participating. Reset. Time begins to slow down. Blood begins to pump slower. You realize that some shit's about to go down.
Yeah, she turns to Hypatia and asks, Did you tell Phil something? What's going on? Why did he go back there?
Is that priestess still there?
Oh yeah, this one priestess is still here.
I'm gonna just be like, huh? Like acting super clueless, but like in a way that, and then also like the snakes are making the like ixnay, stop.
Free action. Give me a performance check real quick.
It's gonna be bad.
You did hear me asking about the trapdoor and forcing my way in.
Okay. Yeah, so, Lucia, she's always screwing shit up. You, try to sell it really good, but that one particular snake, she's always overdoing shit. And, it's always like an easy tell that you're full of shit. It's probably the props, that she's always busting out. So you should probably talk to her about that. Yeah. Reset, you're not sure why Hypatia is overacting, not knowing what's going on, but it's yeah.
She's confused, so she's gonna.
But you did
walk.
hear Phil was like, "Oh, I can't wait to go see it. I'm gonna go check it out." I mean, you were there for all that.
Yeah, but it's weird because he just suddenly started talking about a trapdoor. So she's gonna go over here and she's just gonna call out and say, "Phil, I think we should go. Like, why did you go back here?"
I think you all should get in here.
She's gonna try to open the door, see if it's locked.
Yes, the door is locked.
Why is this door locked? And she will punch it.
Okay. Go ahead and give me some attack rolls.
I'm just gonna use my shield strike.
All right, yeah, you begin beating on the door. It is a stone door, so it has, stats and all that shit. The first two hits just kind of, spark off of the stone. The third one does give it a sharp rattle, but does not necessarily bust the lock or anything. Phil, you could hear Reset trying to break down the door.
Yeah, I'll just call out so that Hypatia and Anna know. They locked the door. We need to get Phil out.
All right, Skilla, to you.
Alright, Skilla's just going to go up to the door and dodge.
All right, Astreus, you're up.
All right. So as this guy and I are kind of walking back to the temple, I want to do that, that nice kind of priestly thing where as you're walking, you may have you rest your hand on someone's back as you're about to say something. And I just kind of want to steer him into this crowd of the orgy people as I skirt around it.
Oh, nice. Okay. You can use athletics or deception.
I will use athletics.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. This guy is not athletic, but he is pretty strong. Also, his stats are not in a Roll20, so I am using a dice roller. Yep, that's right. I am the worst. I have his stats open at a different monitor.
Oh!
Oh shit. All right, as you go to push him towards the crowd, he lets out a chuckle and says, oh, now. It's not the time or the place for that. I had no idea you were interested in such things. I thought all of the clergy of the Five took vows of chastity.
I'll kind of shake my head as his ignorance, and I'll say, "Do you know Pythor?"
He lets out a real bark of laughter. Maybe the first real thing you've heard out of this guy. And he just is laughing super hard.
Okay, so I'll shrug it off as if
okay.
his not wanting to go in there is okay, well then we just won't, and I'm just gonna walk around back to the temple.
Okay.
Yeah. Not necessarily, but I may suddenly slow down right about here, as if I.
You're thinking about it. I got you.
Yeah.
Okay.
That'll be my turn.
All right. Phil, inside one of the Lutheria statues in this alcove animates.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It is like a Talus version of Lutheria, but made of bronze and marble, essentially, instead of wood. Your training in religion comes to mind that many temples do have automatons that they use as guardians.
Okay.
All right. So as it rolls in, you hear the bloop, 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 bloop of computer parts and stuff, and then it moves toward.
What are you doing here?
That was pretty cool. You know what bloop means.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Condition
Bloop
us
is sacred.
again.
Yeah, it shuffles forward, and swings its scythe at you 2 times. Let me double check that this thing is just a bruiser. Yeah, it's just a bruiser. Okay, here we go. This is the first attack.
Hits.
All right. Okay, 10 damage, and it will activate its martial advantage, which I thought was an interesting design choice for a golem, but whatevs. It is within 5 feet of an ally because that sad priestess is there. Let's see. There we go.
Nice.
Also, let me turn on auto roll so that we can save a little time in the future. There we go. All right, it attacks a second time. 23 for 6. All right. And then it 5e shuffles back into its little alcove, gaining only partial cover from the corner in the alcove. All right. Next up is Anastasia.
All right. I'm gonna glance over at this one, and what's her kind of reaction to all this?
She looks alert and ready for action.
Okay. I'm gonna tell her, I want you to go find the nearest guards and confess your sins. Tell them exactly what's going on underneath this temple.
Oh shit, that's a really good suggestion. That's a really good suggestion. That's dynamite. Alright, hold on just a sec. Oh, there they are. Okay. Alright. Okay, so they do have... This is a charm effect, yes?
Yeah, it's a charm.
Creatures that can't be charmed are immune.
Okay. So then this will be with advantage, but it just is it's a straight d20 roll.
Yeah.
Alright, they fail.
Alright, and then I'm gonna tell Astraeus, let this one pass. And I'll move up to the door. I'll move over to here. I'll get ready for what comes next.
Alright. Let's see. I guess she's technically in the space of the statue. So crowded in there. Let's see. There we go. Okay. Talus, to you. Yeah, I mean, it's loud out here. It's crowded. People are partying.
Phil screaming in pain. Behind the door.
I guess, could I do a perception to see if I hear him?
That would probably be best. Yeah, I mean, you are right outside in a big, street party essentially, and they are inside a stone building. If someone had messaged you or something, I think that would have made more sense. But yeah, I would say that you don't hear them, but you do look around, and you don't really see your allies, and you also don't see Astraeus anymore, who was down this, over here talking with that dark-robed man. And you are fifth level. Yeah, so you are getting some, danger sense feelings. Your Peter tingles going on.
Yo, we don't use that phrase.
Look, Phil, he's got danger sense.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, we'll just stick with Peter. I thought you were offended by Peter Tingle. I was like,
no,
come on,
danger sense.
that movie's been out forever.
Alright, so I'll just use, since I use the active perception check, I'll just do it straight.
Okay. Alright. Okay, Septia is going to look at you, Philippocles, and say, you look very tired, son of Pythor. Perhaps it's time to dream. And she is going to grab a sleep template. Which is a bit of a risky move. It's a bit of a risky move.
I assume I can't counterspell because I can't.
You cannot see her, correct. Yeah. Alright. Let's see. She has to be able to see the point where it goes off, yeah? So, there. Okay. Alright. Yeah, this will work. Okay. Ugh. I just ran out of time to get these guys' stats put in to Roll20. I feel like I'm playing IRL D&D right now. Computer's not holding my hand the whole time. Alright, she is going to upcast it for sure, because you a beef boy. So here we go. Every level that you upcast it, you add 2d8 more. Okay. Oof, here we go. She's not taking any chances with you. Especially since she had to catch her own chick in the equation. All right. She does 45 points of sleep damage. which immediately conks out this cutie, eating up 9 of it.
Yeah, I'm asleep.
Okay. I don't think anyone else was caught in it. They could be put to sleep because the automaton is immune to sleep. Alright. In that case, you and her fall asleep. Okay. Let's see. Then she's going to turn item interaction, just double check to make sure that door is still locked. And then probably daintily, difficult terrain, move her way over, gingerly step over you. Go here. And yeah, that'll do for now. Alright. This one just begins murmuring what Anastasia told her over and over again. I must go and confess. I must tell them everything. Excuse me, I must find the guards. Have you seen the guards?
I'll point south and kind of nudge her that way.
Okay, I'm so sorry. And she just starts rushing off to the south. All right. Phil, you snoozing?
Sleeping.
All right. That brings us to this other statue that's next to you. Let's see. Oh, there it is.
Oh, it's gonna wake me up?
Oh, no.
Man, the skies just opened up down here.
Okay. Boop. All right. As this Lutheria animates, Septia nods to it and points over to the door. It daintily, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then it is going to ready an action. All right. Hypatia, to you.
All right, I'm gonna cast knock on this door
Oh, hell yeah. Okay.
and open it.
Then you open the hell out of that door.
Yeah.
Kadoom.
Maybe we shouldn't have left Skillet right there.
All right. As the door opens, what now?
I guess I'm gonna kind of move up a little bit so I can maybe see a little bit more in there.
Alright.
And that's it. Yeah.
Scylla conveys to you that there is a big lady Talus on the other side of the door.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright. I will warn the others. Great big monster there.
Okay. Trellis moves to catch up, and he is talking to the people, and he's jovial. He has no clue what's going down. And as he stops at the door, he says, is your business not finished here, Straeus? You wish to offer some prayers to the Lady of Dreams before you leave?
I certainly would like to give her an offering.
Well, then please, after you. And he motions at the door to the temple.
Mhm.
Okay, sleepy time, top of the round, reset.
Okay. She's gonna go around the corner to see what's happening.
Okay.
Okay, and then she'll take another step forward.
All right. As you step into the room, you see this robot right here, and it has its weapon drawn. It is going to use its reaction to attack you as you step into the room. Here we go. 23 for 12.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Unfortunately, you are not near, unless Scylla has decided to change teams. Scylla, I don't know if you got my PMs, but no, still in the chosen. Okay. Then it does not get to add any extra damage. All right, you may continue your turn.
Okay, I see Phil is asleep. I'm gonna
He
yell
is.
out, Phil is asleep. Can I move there on top, or are the vases?
Just treat them all as difficult terrain, basically.
Okay.
Unless you want to go full Legend of Zelda, just fucking smash them as you go through.
Do it!
If I do that, would I be able to have one hit Phil and wake him up?
Oh, I mean, cinematically, if you'd like to pick one up above your head like a tiny elf child and bring it down crashing over Phil's head, that would be fantastic.
No, I'm just gonna go over here and okay. I will kick Phil.
Okay.
Very lightly. So would I be able to do this without using my monk die?
Sleep spell, you can use an action to end it on an ally.
But I want to do an attack so that I get my second attack.
Oh, you do want to attack him. Then you have to attack him. Like, don't half-ass it. If you're not just gonna wake him nicely, then play the game.
You can just leave me on the ground. If you wake me up, I'm gonna die.
I mean, it depends on, can I see her?
Can your miniature see her?
Wall. I can, but there is a wall, sort of.
She would have cover.
If I can, then I'm gonna punch. I'm gonna hit her with the spear.
Okay. Oh yeah, that definitely hits.
That's a stunning strike.
All right. Let's see. What does she got here? This. Okay, so she's gonna make a Constitution saving throw. This is at a +2. She fails.
Okay, so she's stunned, and then I'm not. So sleep is not concentration, right?
It is not.
Okay. I will turn to this statue, and I am going to hit that with my shield.
Do we have a stun icon? I don't think we do.
I think it's the stars, right?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yep, I'm gonna hit that statue, and then bonus action, hit it again.
Okay. Both of those get through its armor. It takes a total of 12 points of damage. Hold on. Let me double check. The shield is not magic yet? Or are all your attacks treated as magic yet? Like, what's your deal with this? Okay. Okay, then since these are shield strikes, with a non-magical shield, it's non-magical damage. Okay, so they take some damage, but not the full damage.
Mm-hmm. And then I'll just call out for Skilla to wake up Phil. And also that she's stunned.
Alright. Okay, now, Astraeus. There's a lot of shouting. There are open doors. A knock spell went off. Even over the sounds of all the partying, you can see this guy's face twist from jovial, man, that Pythor joke was good, to something fucky's going on.
I'm gonna look at him, and I'm gonna say, we should end this peacefully. And I'm gonna step forward, and I'm gonna activate.
Well, Skilla's got to go first, but that's you.
Oh,
yeah.
Skilla.
So Skilla, do you have anything to do, or Skilla, who's okay? You fly over, you give him a boop on the snoot. All right, Philippocles, you are awake.
Okay.
All right.
Well, I like napping, but that's fine.
Back to you, Astraeus.
Yeah. So I'm gonna say to him, we should end this peacefully. I'm gonna walk in and I'm gonna activate my Twilight Sanctuary, Channel Divinity, and then I'm going to kind of rush forward to see what's going on. This square here is difficult terrain, right? Because of the vases?
Yes. Yeah.
So that I can only get to about here. And, okay. And I will end my turn by granting myself a D8 in temporary hit points.
Okay.
Phil is quite hurt, right?
I was muted, so what happened to Phil was that tongue just For a snake just stuck its tongue in his ear.
Oh, okay, fair enough. A little wet willy action. Got it.
Oh, that's worse.
All right, Phil, my sweet veteran, seeing that you are stirring. Wait,
I'm pretending to be asleep. I'm as still as possible. I'm taking that wet willy, and I'm not even letting it look at like it's even affecting me.
Give me a performance here. This is a robot.
I've been in war before or battle. Right. I know this game.
All right, let's see it.
Before.
You've been in war, but you've never gotten a wet willy like a skill of wet willy. She got all the way up to the eardrum, man. She did things to your eardrum that you never want to have happen again. It was real bad. Yeah. As you let loose a shudder of disgust as you try to hold it in, this creature looks down at you and just brings its scythe high, its mouth wide in Lutheria's gleeful smile. Here's the first scythe attack. With advantage because prone.
Yeah.
22 for 11.
Yeah,
it's going to add martial advantage because no, they're both incapacitated because one's asleep and one is but this one isn't.
But doesn't know it's there. I don't know what.
Anyways,
not to
there you go. Wow.
All right,
wow.
I'm unconscious.
All right. Okay, and then it will. It's kind of a crowded space, but sure, it'll move into the space with Phil's body. Let's see. And then I guess over to. I'll just stay here. It's fine. We'll resolve it when you wake up again. And then it'll bring its second attack down on Reset. 19 for 13.
Yep.
All right. That brings us to Anna.
Okay. I'll be around the corner. Gosh. One. I guess I'll squeeze with the Strayus for a second.
Okay.
I'll look around the corner. I'll see this one. I'll kind of bring my hand around in some holy fire, and I'm just gonna try and blast through it with that sacred flame.
Okay. The closest one, or which one are you sacred flaming?
Yeah,
it's just target-rich environment in there.
Just
okay.
That one.
All right. Let's see. It's gonna use magic resistance. Here we go. Dexterity. Makes the save.
Yeah. Okay. Well, the flavor of this, so the healing fire is gonna go around it and then go collect into Phil. I'm gonna heal him
okay.
for 4d6. Bonus action. Oh.
Woof. Okay.
Dice are not on our side tonight.
Anna, you gain 5 temp HP.
Okay. Cool. And I guess. Am I in melee range of this one now?
Mm-hmm. I mean, you would have like 3/4 cover, so you have a +5 to your armor class.
Okay. These things are rolling really hot. That guy's coming in soon. Gosh. Yeah, I'll just go in here. I'll just shuffle around this way to not be squeezing anymore.
Okay.
My turn.
Talus, to you.
We're gonna dash around.
1, 2, 3, 4 would get you here. If you wanted to use maximum efficiency.
May I use my reaction upon seeing Talus at the door to call something out to him?
Sure, yeah.
Talus, do not let him in.
This guy's eyes flash at you, challenging you to stop him from entering his own fucking shrine.
Sure. I'll attack him.
Oh, okay. Go for it. You still have 10 feet of movement, plus a bonus action, plus your action.
Actually, before we get into combat with them, so I won't get disadvantage for the melee attack, I will throw my weapon. Oh well. Misses him. And I'll move myself here and not let him get through the doorway. Acting myself as a boundary. Parrots will fly up here and scratch him. Oh yeah, I could move a second attack. Shit.
Okay. As you attack, a 6 does not hit, a 10 does not hit.
Talus' second attack is going to be a melee attack with the Copa. Or with the Chakram, sorry, Chakram.
That does hit. Alright. He takes 11 points of damage, and as it slides across his robes, you see that he is pulling a warhammer on you. He is wearing his robes over his armor. Why would a friendly priest need to wear armor? Well, I mean, Astraeus is wearing armor, so that's kind of a dumb thing to say in D&D land. But still.
Yeah, but I mean, he's like a hero of the chosen. They work at a shrine, so.
Oh, wow. Do you see how many people they're ministering to today? Huh? Do you see the amount of lives they've touched? Okay. Alright. So, it takes 11 points of damage. He still seems fighting fit, and he seems very pissed off at you. Alright. Septia gasps, but can do nothing as she, like... Where'd you punch her? Was it like a gut shot, a throat shot? Like, what do we...
This was the shaft of the spear right in her gut.
Okay, yeah, she's just holding her poor belly, trying to, like, get her wind back. Alright, this one is now off the map, running to confess her sins, as long as Anna can keep her concentration going. Phil, you are alive, prone. There is something in your space. You can move to an adjacent space if you'd like. Or we could do oppose athletics, LOL, and I can move to another space. It wouldn't be it wouldn't take any action economy. It's just so we could settle who's got the space, essentially.
Yeah. I mean, I'll take the space. Bonus action rage. Here we go. 22.
Okay. Yeah. So you kick this automaton in its shapely bottom, and it kind of slides into this space. As it brings one of its feet down, it smashes one of these barrels, and wine just kind of floods everywhere. As it reaches this side of the room, it does that thing from the Goonies, remember, where they spilled the water bottle and it started going through the floor? I'm sorry, it's a really old movie, but if you haven't seen it, you should see it. Anyways, the wine starts to go into the nearly imperceivable cracks around the trapdoor, revealing its location. Alright, keep going, Phil.
Nice. Yeah, and I'll just, I'll say an offering, and I'll pull, the axe from my bag, and I will just, she doesn't look like a threat. I'm gonna swing at the automaton.
Okay.
Very, very pleased to attack Lutheria. So I have to ask, so since this is
this is not a titan.
It's a titan. No. Okay, I didn't know that. I can obviously it looks like a titan. I wasn't sure.
Just tell me the truth. Did Reset put you up to it to ask me that question?
No. I asked on my own volition.
Okay.
What does the axe say?
Okay. The axe is excited at first, right? It's excited at first, and then you could feel its disappointment. Oh, it's just a fucking robot.
I'm disappointed too.
Yeah.
But
it adjusts its it adjusts its mata hat. You know, make no, I don't know. We'll think of something. But yeah, make Thylea great again hat. Matega, I guess. It adjusts its little red hat, and it will settle for fantasy racist violence since you can't deliver any real racist violence to it. God, this adventure is very awkward to run in the year 2020. Okay. You bring down Xander's racist axe against this robot. 16 does not get through. It's armored hide.
Well, I'm gonna swing again.
All right. A 12 does not get through.
I just woke up.
Yeah, both axe blows land, and you just see sparks. And you see the robot-like face. I wish I had a robot version of this artwork just for this miniature, because it would have been so cool. But it smiles at you, and there's like a blue light in its mouth that matches the blue light from its eyes and its scythe.
Alright, well, that's all
I don't
got.
even think Talus smiles that much. Well, he does when he's dropping a good one on Kira, when he's got them good fresh jokes right out of the oven.
When you said drop a good one and use the oven, I was thinking something totally different.
Oh gosh, man! Wow.
But we don't kink shame.
Yeah,
so cool.
Exactly. Yeah, we're all Astoria born, Astoria proud. So, okay. As your turn ends, Phil, this robot right here, she will whirl around, and it's like that Captain America, I could do this all day shit. All right, it raises its scythe and is gonna bring it down on you. Here we go.
I hope it has some bad rolls. I did.
There you go.
Missed.
All right, it swings a second time. And misses.
My armor and muscles are too great for it, and I grin back at it.
Oh, nice. All right, Hypatia. Closing in on the end of the round and the end of the session. What are you gonna do to close us out here?
Move up here. Where's this guy? Oh, there he is. I can kind of see him from here. Let's just magic missile that guy, because he's got a lot of cover from where I am.
He does. He would have like +5 to his AC. All right. Feed me that force damage. All right. He has no access to shield because he's an embassy priesty type thing. So he takes 9 points of force damage. He is not currently concentrating on a spell, or he would have had to make 3 concentration checks.
Okay. And I'm just gonna hide behind the statue.
All right. As Trellis's turn comes up, that's his name, is Trellis. As his turn comes up, he calls out boldly and loudly, "Lutheria, Lady of Death, Lady of Dreams. The hateful chosen have chosen death. Aid us in their destruction." And like he kind of looks around, like waiting for Lutheria to show up. Talus, do you have any response for that?
I will shout out, Titaness Thylea, your children seek to destroy the peace of your land. Aid me.
Help me.
Damn. That's some ballsy shit. Okay.
Let's make proclamations. I can make proclamations.
So Trellis looks so flabbergasted that you would do such a thing. That first of all, out of turn, you would jump in on his divine intervention. But all this did was it just activated the layer actions for the temple. So all the statues, their eyes begin to glow with an eerie blue light. And now on initiative count 20, layer actions are going to happen. Now that they are, yeah.
I picked a bad place to hide.
Yeah, maybe. All right. That actually doesn't take any of his stuff. That was just flavor. All right. What's he gonna do here?
Wait, did Thylea's layer action start?
Yeah, because I was gonna say technically that's the whole world.
On the island where her tree is located, she is waiting patiently for Talus to show up so that she could cast regeneration on him on initiative count 20 of every round. Definitely write that down, because when you go to the island with Thylea's tree, you could cash that in.
I was just gonna say I will have this. I will have the exact timestamp of you saying that.
You better hope
ready
she
to go.
Kentamene to destroy
She spends
everything.
she spends a lot of time asleep, okay? She spends a lot of time asleep. She's a whole continent, okay? Jesus Christ. Alright. Let's see. Alright, I think he's just gonna go hard. He's gonna go hard. Bonus action, he calls forth his glaive. So you see a glowing glaive of shadowy edgelordness. This is the kind of glaive that a certain dragonborn in my evening Sunday groups would use. If asked what color this glaive was, he would say the opposite of light. That's what color it is. So he is going to attack you with it. Let's see. Yeah, that works. That works. I don't know why he just doesn't use like a badass spell. You know what? That makes more sense. Alright. Bonus action, he'll summon his weapon. Action, he'll cast Hold Person on you. You're a person, right? You're not like a satyr or anything crazy like that. You still count as a person, I think.
No, I think it's the next person.
That two spells?
Summoning a Hexblade is not a spell.
Oh, I thought it was a spell. Okay.
Yeah. No.
I want to
Alright.
counterspell Hold Person.
Leave it to the DM to use the Hexblade.
I was trying to figure out how this jabron had a glaive, but still was able to go around and look "quote unquote" unassuming. So I'm just guessing that it's like one of those situations. Either that or he has yeah, we'll just go with that. That works. That's fine. NPC abilities are different than regular abilities. All right, so go ahead and give me a Wisdom saving throw.
Wait, can I counterspell it?
If you could see him, sure. Yeah. Can you see him? Is the question.
I can see Talus very well.
I'm in your mini. I can't see him. I see this woman's butt. I see her reaching under this man's blanket, and I see Talus. I do not see the spellcaster.
I can see Talus starting to get paralyzed.
Then you can run over and save him afterwards with the Dispel Magic. All right, Talus. 10. You go stiff as a board, as if you were made of wood. All right. Pushing past you, he strides into his temple. Item interaction, because this guy hasn't done enough shit already. He might as well be a high-level fighter at this point. He's going to close the doors to his temple. Which, I mean, it's just to be dramatic. Like, he's not locking them or anything. There we go. And then he starts stepping forward. Arms akimbo. Shadowy glaive at the ready. And that is where we will stop. Whew. Some exciting stuff, guys.
Yeah.
Alright. Also, Talus, you've noticed that there are no guards coming. That's weird. It's like all the guards are busy with, like, weird, like, random reports and small crimes everywhere but here. It's so strange how that's happening.
So bizarre.
Yeah. Because, like, I mean, the response time at the Minotaur market was pretty fast. But, like, here it's like everybody's either drunk or partying or there's no guards coming. It's strange. Alright. So, I will take us back to the start page. Oof. Okay.
Petty, I really appreciate you choosing to tell me. I'm really sorry you didn't get the results you intended. But
I
like,
mean, these are pretty cool results. I thought with that information, you guys might come back at night. Like I had like a night version of this map in case you came back at night. But this works too.
It probably would have been smart.
That's what would have happened if she chose me. But I think we got the more interesting outcome.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's these more interesting things sometimes that are the more memorable things. Like this thing that happened on Friday that I don't think I'm ever going to forget for the rest of my life. Oh my God, was it crazy? But it was one of those things that like almost killed everybody. And I think that's part of what made it so amazing. So, anywho.
It's all good. We just opted to take on the entire temple.
Announcements. There's Princess Heist 2 Electric Choo Choo this Saturday, but there's also book club this Saturday, and I haven't heard back from the very strong, tough, independent woman who is running the book club meeting to see if she was able to reschedule it so that I could still attend, but she might be able to. I don't know.
I hadn't really asked anybody.
Oh.
I mean, everyone else seemed like they were fine with it, but
all right. If you can make it without me, that's fine. But I am really enjoying the book. Actually,
Okay.
I read a book from that same author, and at first I thought it was the same book because they got the same narrator with the fake Russian accent, and
Yeah.
I was like, sweet, I'm already done. I've read this book, and then I was like, oh wait, no, it's different. But I'm enjoying it. Yeah. So if you're available on Saturday and you're not in our awesome book club because our community just doesn't have enough shit going on, then you could come play in Princess Heist and donate money to help sick kids. Because
what time is Princess Heist?
Princess Heist is, I want to say, like 6 on a Saturday. It's an unusual time for me to run a game, but I wanted to try running it on a different time because a lot of people say that. Is it at 8?
When I looked at it, I think it's at 8.
Okay.
But yeah, if you guys are available on that.
We can make book club.
Oh yeah, let's see. July 11th. Oh yeah. No, my calendar says 6 to 10.
Oh, in the Roll20 link, it's at 8.
Oh, all right. Then I will move it to 8 to midnight. And if it's at 8 to midnight, then I can make book club. Perfect. I'll just have to double check with everybody who's applied.
I recommend you guys sign up for that, even if you haven't played the first one.
Plus, you get to be on an adventure on a train, which is just super cool.
Yeah,
right.
I mean, like world events, like cause me to be a lot more frugal, but I think I could make it on Saturday.
Okay. I think we have like 4, so we have enough people that I am going to run it. But we could do up to 6. And you get like a randomly assigned secret agent monster, and then you have to help kidnap a princess from a train. It's a completely different adventure because it's on a train and it's a steampunk princess. See, it's a completely so you can't say that the writers were hacks because this is a completely different thing. Like Die Hard 2 versus
great.
Die Hard 1.
I mean, the name is Princess Heist.
Yeah.
Like,
what else? That's the only announcement. We're getting ready to do a really cool build challenge. We're going to do a 5-room dungeon challenge. So like you basically you do like a 5-room dungeon, which we're going to post like links about what's a 5-room dungeon, what does that mean, and examples of 5-room dungeons and all that kind of stuff. And then you could go all out. You could include like a simple map for your 5-room dungeon, or just a description, or like use one of the many awesome tools that are available to make like a super cool map. But then, it's going to be a whole package deal, and then everybody's going to be like, which one would be the coolest? And then we'll run that one as like a charity one shot, and whoever won the contest, I will donate in their name to run their dungeon for them, which is kind of weird because everyone's going to know what's going on in the dungeon because they read it, but I think we'll still do it anyways because it might be fun. And then they're also going to get like an IRL like prize pack of stuff mailed to their house. So, which was a pretty good prize pack last time. So,
I don't want to give you my sinister ideas for a dungeon.
Or if the winner wants to, they can run the 5-room dungeon. And we'll make a streaming Extra Life charity event out of it, and that'll be cool too. But just something to kind of like showcase the adventure in play would be kind of fun. Beyond that, I don't have any other announcements. We'll continue this next week. Anybody have anything before we adjourn?
If I die because of this storm, it's been great playing with you.
Oh yeah, man! Flash flood warnings, all that stuff. So, all right. All right.
Please don't die.
Be safe.
All right. Later.
Later.
All right. Good night.
Night.